Alright, now I know what y'all are thinking. No, we're not spending money today. I know it's usually how we start the videos when we start them in the truck.
Technically, we're making money.
I told you we make money sometimes. We're actually on our way to pick up the injured Cobalt. You want to give him some details on this lovely car, since this was Josh's scene before he saw the light.
Hey, my Cobalt was fast at least, okay? Well, for those that don't know, basically my background with Cobalts, I owned a 2007 Cobalt SS that was originally supercharged for about 7, almost 8 years. So my car did hold the stock long block record for about 3 years. A few other people have beat it by quite a bit now. But car made like 522 to the tire, 478 torque. You know, plenty of power for a stock motor. Either way, I've known Domingo for, I don't know, a better part of 10 years now. His car went down about a year ago, and just giving him a hand, you know, getting it back up and running. So it's a 2.4. It's not, I don't know if his was still an SS then, because remember that was when they did the SS and then the Sport.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if his is a Sport or an SS.
Probably a Sport.
That was when GM was doing their little funky stuff, putting SS on everything. But either way, it's a 2.4, and it has a turbo kit from ZZP. So it's I think it's a 56 millimeter, and we're gonna do like some 60-pound injectors. I don't know if he's gonna want to do ethanol or not, but you know, gonna get the car up and running, fresh block, rods, pistons. You know, that was his failure point on his last motor. It did end up throwing a rod.
She's gonna make some power this go around.
He wants it safe, so we'll see. We'll see how far we can push him on it. I don't know how good our convincing skills are gonna be.
Safe don't make no power.
You should make like 350 to the tire. I mean, it's decent. Anyway, as you can tell, sunny South Florida is doing us a lot of favors today when we have to throw ourselves underneath a car that hasn't moved in about a year. Hopefully the brakes aren't completely rusted, by the way.
We do have a 9,000-pound winch on the trailer, so.
Which is completely excessive. I hope you understand that.
Well, I mean,
like, we didn't need that.
It doesn't even matter if it's in gear. It's coming.
Whatever it is,
it's moving. It don't matter.
Oh man.
Anyways, guys, we're heading there, and we're gonna pick up the car.
All right, ended up getting this thing back to the yard. We really need to do a better job, Danny, of updating them while we're doing stuff.
It's raining, guys. Still.
At least it's just drizzling now. So we're gonna keep this thing at the yard for a couple days while we get the motor sorted out. Along with the engine stuff, we're also doing suspension. So we're gonna do all FE5 struts and shocks and new axles. So really bringing this thing back from the dead. As you can tell, it's not in bad condition. He's definitely kept it, you know, somewhat decent. Brakes all rusted up, but car's not too bad at all. Danny's going to be taking the cylinder head to the machine shop tomorrow. I'll go ahead and get that thing decked, taken care of. So next update will probably be us fitting some piston rings in this thing.
Yeah. This is officially codename Project Blueberry.
Why do we have to have such festive names for everything? Fifi, Blueberry, Brenda.
I'm gonna name it regardless, so.
All right, guys, so the next time you see Project Blueberry behind us is when we have the motor ready. So we'll check back in once we're fitting those pistons up. What's going on, guys? It's a couple days later here after we dropped off the car at the yard. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the noise of the fans right now. It's probably about 110 degrees in this place. We did get the head back extremely quick from the machine shop. Fortunately, we ended up taking it there because a few of the valves were leaking. So I went ahead and did all new valves, valve job, hot tank, clean. This thing does not look anything like the original head. I'm gonna show it to you guys right now.
This is brand new.
Absolutely brand new. These guys killed it. The turnaround, the cost, and the condition we got this thing in. So today's plan, we already, oh, by the way, I remember to go to Harbor Freight and got an engine stand so that we aren't working on a OSHA approved pallet. But today's goal is gonna go ahead and be break down the water pump, get this pipe off, and go ahead and fit up our piston rings for each cylinder, and get this thing ready for some paint. So we're gonna go ahead and walk you through the process as far as gapping these rings right now, making sure everything's gonna fit right, and make sure there's a solid motor.
You wanna show them our little tool real quick?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we were cheap and didn't feel like getting a thread cleaner. So what you can do is just take one of your OEM head bolts and, hold on, let the camera focus here.
It's focusing on your face.
Oh, here, middle.
Woo. Give us a second, there we go.
All right, so basically just take a cutoff wheel and go in the middle of the threads on each side. Run that up and down the threads on the block, and it's gonna go ahead and get any dirt and grime out of there. Now the reason it's important to get that dirt and grime out of the threads is gonna allow us to torque down the ARP head studs to the proper torque and not give us any false readings. So we're gonna get working on gapping those rings right now and show you the process.
All right guys, so for this next step of the process, we went ahead and picked up a Chicago Electric grinder and polisher from Harbor Freight. You know, we like our Harbor Freight tools. And we went ahead and did a couple minor modifications to it. I'll show it to you guys now. And switched it over, put a little cutting wheel on there.
This is sketchy.
And
I'm trying to be safe, but I don't think this is gonna work.
you know, we got to do stuff a little bit sketchy. So that's what we're going to use to file the rings down to the correct gap. We'll go ahead and take our time with the first one and be extremely precise. Then we're going to count the taps and we're going to go from there. It should get us really close. We are going to show you guys the process. I'm just showing you guys the behind the scenes of it and the setup, just in case you guys are put in a similar situation. You know how we did it and what we used. All right guys, so we went ahead and engineered this tool to be a little more sturdy, you could say.
It's there.
It's not,
You want to show them how straight the blade is?
Yeah, take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Oh, that's good there.
Oh yeah. It'll do the job.
So anyway, we went ahead and threw our top ring in, and we were sitting at about 10 thousandths. For this bore, they recommend going anywhere between 10 and 20 thousandths. We're gonna set it up a little bit on the looser side because this is gonna see about 20 pounds boost on ethanol. Oh, what are you thinking, Danny? 18?
17, 18, something like that.
So we already measured this like 3 times, and it is 10 thousandths for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on our makeshift tool over here and start gapping these and hopefully getting them fitted up.
Safety first. Alright, so that's 3 taps on the first ring.
Give me a piston there.
Check these bad boys out.
Diamond pistons with the coating and all that. Fancy.
Very fancy.
Fancy, man. So you go about 1 inch down into the bore. I don't think that did much, by the way.
We take our little feeler gauge.
That's the original 10 thousandths. $11.
I did quite a bit those 3 taps.
I guess. I don't think it's gonna pass the 12 thousandths, but we'll see. Yeah, 12 thousandths too. It's tight though.
So it's probably at 13 on the head.
I don't think the 13 is gonna get in.
No.
No. I mean, just barely. I have to force it.
All right, so that was 3 taps,
Yeah.
and we went up 2 thousandths.
Yeah.
So okay, that's just. I mean, it's an estimate. Yeah, it's a process. This is going to be the process for every ring. Good thing this is only a 4-cylinder.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be doing an LS.
A few LSs. We do have a 6-liter sitting back there. Anyways, guys, that's the process. We're going to go ahead and get this cracking. And we'll check back in with you guys in a few minutes when we have a little bit more progress here and hopefully all the rings gap to the correct size.
So upon further investigation in the Total Seal manual, we're looking to go about 22 thou on the top ring. So Danny's measuring that right now. How are we looking there?
It's tight, but we're in.
Okay.
Right at the 22.
Okay. So we just got our first ring set up at 22 thou. Total Seal calls for the top ring and the second ring to be the same. As you can see, we're trying to stay organized here. Got everything laid out. That way we're not mixing anything up. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up doing all these piston rings and the oil control rings. And we can actually get the pistons put together and hopefully get them in the motor today. So welcome to backyard builds in a 110-degree warehouse in our fantastic clean room we got going on here. So we're gonna go ahead and put these pistons together. We already went ahead and gapped all the rings, which was a time-consuming process that Danny seemed to really enjoy. Care to elaborate on that a little?
It sucks. It's tedious as hell. That's the one thing you can't get wrong. You know, you gotta definitely get that right. Worked great. The little tool worked great with a little feeler gauge.
Sketchy little wheel, so that's our piston ring filer.
We'll probably put the rings in and out how many times?
I don't know, 30, 40, at least.
It's only 4 cylinders.
Exactly. So we're gonna work on getting these pistons assembled, all this stuff put together. We still gotta clean the cylinders out with ATF to get all the last bit of stuff out of the cylinder walls. But it looks like this thing is gonna be a short block tonight.
All right, guys, so what you have before you is Boy Wonder assembling piston rings. You care to elaborate what you're doing with the jelly?
When you think you used enough assembly lube, use more. Remember, first startup, everything's gonna be starved. So it's the assembly lube's job to keep it going until we receive oil pressure and get everything, running at proper oil pressure. Considering that I don't have a priming tool for this, but
it'll prime.
Oh yeah, it'll prime after it starts.
This assembly lube is incredibly messy.
It's almost, no, it's not as bad as NEC's.
I have NEC's on my camera from like episode 2. Fast forward 9 months, I still have assembly lube freaking NEC's on my camera.
All right, so that just slides in there. And the way Diamond does it, fancy Ziploc bag they provided.
Very professional.
It's like they ran out with the Publix.
It's a snack bag, it's not even a sandwich bag.
So basically, I'm just gonna try and aim both sides.
Getting close. Once you guys line it up, you have to get a Milwaukee screwdriver. It has to be Milwaukee, that's the key. And then you can go ahead and seat the C-clip.
Alright.
In there.
Number 2 is down.
Holds the wrist pin in.
So we'll check back in once we're throwing a ring on the first set of pistons there. Alright, so unfortunately, as what happens with race car stuff sometimes, so I don't know if I'd call this much of a race car, but the oil expander ring is not the right size. So that's supposed to move freely in there, and we're supposed to be able to put the oil control rings around them and everything moving freely, but it's completely seized up. I'm gonna have to call Diamond Pistons tomorrow and see what particular oil expander ring these things are supposed to take. So unfortunately, there's a sad end to this video because this block still has no pistons in it, no paint, and it's another day we're just behind in the general schedule. But we always promise to bring you guys along for the ride.
You know what else we don't have?
What?
Patience.
No, I don't have patience right now. This really pissed me off.
Or energy.
Yeah.
Because it's...
If you guys don't know, we do have full-time jobs.
We started our day about 14 hours ago.
So we've been up probably about 6:30 this morning, working all day,
14-hour.
And then we come and wrench on the stuff at night. So when stuff doesn't work, it really kind of pisses you off for the whole night. But such is life. I'm gonna call Diamond tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out here. Unfortunately, the next video is gonna be the full assembly of the 2.4 Ecotec. And until then, we'll catch you guys next time.